So, at this year's Oscars, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I did not watch the Oscars, but I heard about this and saw what happened on YouTube. We have never seen anything like what happened at the Oscars last Sunday throughout the history of the Oscars. Like, you would never expect at the Oscars for anybody to condone violence at the Oscars or any award show whatsoever. But it actually happened last Sunday. So Chris Rock, I guess he was like presenting the best documentary. And so he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada has been diagnosed with alopecia areata, which led to her shaving her head bald. She has been diagnosed with the disease since 2018. It has been hard for Jada to deal with it. She is still beautiful regardless. You know, it's probably some dudes will probably say, oh, you know, Jada used to be fine back in the day and all. Look, man, regardless, she still looks beautiful even with her shaving bald. I mean, she obviously had to make a very tough decision. And it seems like for black women, it's kind of hard to accept and deal when it comes to shaving your head if you're diagnosed with a certain disease like what Jada is diagnosed with. Not to say that it isn't difficult for, you know, women who aren't black, but, you know, for black women, it definitely is just tough. But Chris made a joke about Jada being bald. And of course, we know that Chris said, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. Chris was referring to the 1997 film G.I. Jane that starred Demi Moore. And Demi's character in the movie had a buzz cut bald look. That was the joke Chris was making towards Jada, because he was referring to Jada being bald to the look that Demi Moore had in the G.I. Jane movie. Now, some people probably thought that joke wasn't all that funny. Now, at first, Will was laughing, and my mom told me that Jada was laughing too, but then she was no longer happy. And then Will noticed that she was not happy. That's when he went up on stage and slapped the pus out of Chris Rock. Chris couldn't believe it, like he was in shock. Chris said, damn, Will Smith just slapped the crap out of me. After Will went back to sit down, he yelled at Chris saying, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. Chris tells him, dude, it was just a joke. Will repeats himself one more time to make sure Chris understood him. Will was like, look, I'm gonna tell you for this last time to make sure this don't happen. Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. And so after that, Chris says, okay, I'm going to. Like, just relax, dude. Imagine if Chris would have told him to relax. Will Smith probably would have got pissed even more. He probably would have said, mother effer, you the one who can't keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. So don't tell me to relax. Don't make me come back up there and fight you this time. And so Chris said that was the greatest night in the history of television. Good thing Chris did not retaliate by slapping or punching Will, because it would have been ugly, where it would have turned out to be a fight for the first time in the history of the Oscars, public, live on TV. It just would have been ugly. It wouldn't be a good look, especially when it comes to two black men, because you know how society is. They'll probably assume that this is what black men do, or black people in general. They always want to fight and get violent towards one another and stuff. You know, oh, this is a typical black man crap. This is what they do. I know it. Shut up. All black men aren't like that. All black people aren't like that. My God. Last night I was watching What's Burning from the podcast show All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. They used to play in the NBA. Steven Jackson was saying that he said, F the Oscars. You know, I don't care if people say that Will shouldn't have slapped him. Steven Jackson was like, F the Oscars. And then he wished that Chris would have punched him. And you hear Matt Barnes laughing. That was Steven Jackson's opinion. That's how he felt. Here's my thing. This is not a good look on Will Smith's part. It's just not. And it seems like the majority of people are on Chris's side because they feel bad for him. He was the one that was slapped. Now, Tiffany Haddish, she says she supports Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock. Maybe some other people do, but I think the majority of people felt that Will was in the wrong and they think that he should be punished, suspended from the Oscars for like a year or a couple years or whatever, and blah blah blah, even though they understood him standing up for his wife. I'm all for standing up for your spouse, But I don't think him going up on stage in public, live on TV where everybody's watching you, I don't think that was a good look to slap the crap out of Chris Rock live on TV, especially at the Oscars. Or any award show. That's not a good look. I wish that he would have waited till like commercial break to go backstage and confront Chris. You know, he could have done that and then slapped the hell out of Chris if he wanted to. I'm just saying, even though maybe he shouldn't have put his hands on in general and not condone violence, but I just wish he could have just talked to him about it, you know, backstage. But I guess he just snapped, where he just didn't care at that point, and he did what he did. He won Best Actor, so he won an Oscar, and he had a speech, and he emotionally was crying and apologized to everybody, the Academy. He pretty much apologized to everyone except for Chris Rock. But according to Puff Daddy, Will and Chris, they're cool, and they apologize to one another. So I guess they're cool. That's good, instead of them holding grudges and getting mad at each other. I've looked it up, and apparently Chris and Will were always friends. They always had a great relationship. And then Chris became friends with Jada. I guess Will and Chris' friendship all started was when he was in that one episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he was dressed up as a woman in a drag. He was Will's date, dressed up as a woman. And then they just been friends since. You know, there's pictures of them at MTV VMAs and stuff. You know, of course, Chris and Jada worked together in the Madagascar movies. Jada, the voice of Gloria, and Chris, the voice of Marty. And according to Chris, I guess he didn't know that Jada had the disease. So had he known about the disease, he probably wouldn't have made a joke about it. Or maybe he still would have, but like he said, it was just a joke. I don't think Chris would purposely make the joke to like purposely hurt Jada's feelings or anything like that. I don't think that was his intent. You do have some comedians that will go that far, and it's like, dude, seriously? What the hell? But then I recently found out that I guess Will Smith resigned from the Academy. So he resigned. So I guess he's not going to have any part in the Oscars anymore. That's all I have to say. Tell me your thoughts on Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. What was your reaction when you saw it? And who do you think was right or wrong? Chris or Will? And do you feel bad for Will Smith? I mean, I love Will Smith. He seemed like a good dude and all, down to earth. But I understand standing up for your wife, Jada. I get it. But I don't know about going up slapping Chris in public